So this should return a minus b. So invariably this is going to be doing those calculations for us. Without this, all those calculations would not be possible. So the next we have here, we have to include all the multiplication, division, addition. So we've done for addition, we've done for subtraction, which is minus. Then the next one, case, let's use case, okay, I think this one should be multiplication. Then return a multiplied by b, return a multiplied by b. Yes, then I think we still have the division. Yes, so the next case is the division case. Okay, we have a mistake here. Yes, you can see I just corrected it now. This case was just CA, so just try to adjust your own. It's CASE. Yes, so that it will work. So yes, you can see the mistake here. I just corrected it, so check your own. Then the next one we have here is the division. So we have the addition here, subtraction, the multiplication. So the next case is the division. So we have divide. So close, you put your column, then you put your condition, return a divided by b. So this is going to handle the division of any input you are making there. Then I think we still have another case here, do we? Plus, minus, multiplication, division. So here we now use an if statement here to give a condition. So if b is equal to 0 with the same value, now we should return error. So if it's 0, you should return error. Then return a divided by b. This is practically for that division part, so we're going to be cleaning that one up there. Let me just finish up this side. For that division, we're supposed to use a condition so that you don't have unnecessary errors. So we're cleaning this one up here now. Yes, we're not supposed to use this one here. So this will be the condition, the switch statement condition for the division aspect. So you can see the difference, so that it will look more like a real life calculator. I think this is actually a real life calculator anyway, because it does every calculations we are using. So I think this is basically what we have. Then let's just go through. So remember to put your script.js here, reference it in your HTML. Let me just rewrite it again so that you see how I got it here, because if you don't put this thing here, your script.js will not reflect, it will not work. So you have to reference it inside your HTML so that it will work. So we're using src, that is the source, and the source is equal to script.js, which is the file that we are linking it to. So with this now, we have linked this whole of this code inside that place, which is our index.html. So and we've picked all those necessary fields that we need. So this is it here now. So this is what we have here now. So just go through the code, refresh, and let's see the whole. So you can see the application. So this is the real one. Then this one here now. Okay, so let's just see, those buttons are not pressing yet. So let's just see how we, okay, so this is it here. is working here. Then this is the one we just did now. So let's you see now. So you see everything is working now. The console, see every functionality is working. 852 plus 69, you can see 921. So you can see that all the functionalities are working fine now. The same thing with the other one, which is this original one. So you can see we now have a full functional calculator. So all these fields are working. Yes, the operator fields, just like this one here too. Yes, you can see. So this is how we created everything. First of all, we started from the HTML. You see, we created the div class, we created the calculator class, and then we added all these buttons. And then you can see all these different parts, the h1, the div container that carries all the buttons of those plus, minus, and the operators. Then we came to this style sheet, and then we referenced the body. We added styling to the body, which is all these ones here. Then the calculator, which is the major part of it, which is the body part. Then the display. Then all these buttons, we added styling to them, which gave us these shapes here. Then also the button and the operator, and then the button hover. Yes, the button hover, which has the functionality when you hover your mouse on the calculator to change the colors. Then we came to the script.js. We fetched all these different, we first of all referenced the script.js here so that we can actually apply all these behaviors. You can see all these things here now, the functionality. If we don't put this script.js here, it will not work. So on the script.js, first of all, we came here, we picked all these parts, different classes that we use in the index.html, like the this display. You can see it's actually an ID here. So we picked the ID. So we assigned a variable constant here, and then we got it, and we added the button also, which is this one here. We selected everything here inside the button, and then here we define the variable that displays the updates, the newly updated, and you can see what we have here now. So this is the functionality that is updating those things on the screen. Then we now used for each of these buttons, which means each of those buttons, on click of any of those buttons, you should get the text content and also the constant value. Yeah, look at it. So we have else if value is this, and just follow through all this process. Just go through all this process. Yes, you get your calculator working very fine and excellent. So you can see the different processes we followed. And then we now assigned the major part, which is the calculation of those things, by using a switch statement and creating a function calculate here. So this function calculates we have here. Now remember, we called it up there, and that is what is doing all these calculations here. See, we commented it out. So if we go to our main thing here now, you can see the functionalities here. So all this part is what is handling all those calculations that we've seen we are doing there. You can see all these things here. So if you have actually gotten to this extent, congratulations and well done. You did well. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more. I'll be posting more projects very soon. Yes, how to create a screensaver, and so many more. So this is the full one. This was the one we are trying to imitate, and this is emulate, then this is the one we just did now. So you can see how beautiful it is. We just recreated this one here now. Yes, into this one, which is this one here. So you can see the difference, just a slight difference in the header. Thank you.